Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Found another new little spot to do a video. Like mostly now it's just I wanted to use my iPhone and it's about finding little spots. I don't have a very good attachment for my iPhone to do videos yet. I've got this odd little thing that I think is actually supposed to be used on the windshield of your car because it's at a funny angle. It's got a suction cup on it and I can get it mounted, but it just I can't position the arm to get it at good angles. No worries, I'm going to the States next week. I'll probably get myself a selfie stick and a couple attachments where I can use this iPhone more because I'm enjoying using this iPhone. But anyhow, how are you guys doing? How's your week starting off? My week's wonderful. Woke up, had a leisurely morning of breakfast this morning, got some work done, got some planning done, got some organizing done. Working on some blogs, or working on kind of getting a schedule going for the blog going again, and reaching out to some possible guest bloggers and people that that have something to say. You know, I interact with some people that are very good writers out there. They're not big names, but they have something to say, and you know, getting the blog going again. But anyhow, let's get to the subject of today's video. It's just, you know, I see so many people that they're doing okay, they're new to the lifestyle, and this can be for everybody, so let me start first with speaking to people that are new to this lifestyle. When we're new to anything, we're very excited. When we're excited about something, we talk a lot. We want to talk a lot about it. But I see what's happening is some people get too excited about it, and they have good intentions to try to do a good thing, you know, by spreading the message, by actually helping people in particular in their own lives. And I just kind of feel a lot of times that two things are happening. One, they think they're a little bit further down the road than they are. They've been doing the lifestyle about 5 minutes, and they become the most fire and brimstone preachers of the lifestyle there is. They go to the very extreme far version of it, you know, straight from sad to doing this, and the attitude kind of reflects on that. You know, constantly, every time you see, just tell me if any of these symptoms seem to fit. Anytime somebody's eating something that you don't approve of, even if you don't say something, you're kind of twitching. You feel like you've got to say something. Or you know, sometimes we network online and we always tend to kind of commiserate with our own people, you know, that are doing this and the little trials and tribulations they have to go through. And we hear these stories of people that are like dealing with unsupportive family and friends, and I'm sure to a large extent it's true. And you know, it does make it tougher, but I wonder sometimes like how much these people sort of bring on themselves by just being too out there too soon. In other words, like, you've just come to this lifestyle. My best advice is just put your head down, smile, be friendly with people, and work your plan. Work your plan and keep getting results. Get better and better. If you've got weight to lose, lose the weight. If you have health issues, you know, work on healing those health issues, or at least, you know, putting them in remission or getting rid of them. You know, if you got bad skin, work on clearing up your skin. But what I'm getting at here is you're going to be more effective communicating and talking people into something once you've kind of got something to show. You know, in the beginning, there's a lot of people out there that you don't want to be mean, and it's not about, but they just don't. You know, it's almost like, well, I'm not going to listen to you either because you've only been doing this for so long and I don't see any results yet. Now, that's not to mean you're not supposed to just boom, see huge results from the beginning. What I'm getting at here is your story is going to be more effective once you start exuding those benefits from it. Once your skin is glowing, once you've lost the weight, or if you don't need to lose the weight, or if that's not an issue, once you're fit, once you're moving around, once you're moving like a fit person. That's one thing I notice, and I'll get sidetracked just for a second here about people and their fitness. Overweight, unfit people, unhealthy people, people that just don't seem to be in the greatest of health move in a certain way. I notice this because I walk a lot. And, you know, they just move, you know, kind of like, they just don't move with health. And then there's those people you see moving with health, you know, they walk with the confidence, they walk with energy in their body. And, you know, but that's just another little example. But what I'm saying is, is, number one, I would say, and then I'll go from the beginners to the more advanced or anybody doing this lifestyle, I truly don't think preaching ever works. Let me see if I'm getting all my notes here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't think preaching ever works. I think that, I always think it's about leading by example. I'll tell you a little quick thing here. And I notice this every day. You know, we have a lot of issues, social issues, whatever going on, and it ties right in with what I'm talking about with sharing this health information too. People come to this lifestyle, and now I'm talking specifically online. I know you all have them on Facebook and on Instagram and on the ones that, whether it's ethical stuff or whether it's health stuff related to vegan, that share like something about every 15 minutes. Everything's vegan, 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 raw vegan, 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 vegan. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's very ineffective. Even if the people are open to the idea, you oversaturate. This is a marketing thing here. They'll tell you a lot of times, like, don't just keep posting the same things over and over and over, because it gets oversaturated and people tend to just, they're not mad at you for doing it. They're not getting frustrated. A lot of your friends are not getting frustrated, but you become kind of invisible because they just kind of know that Joe's just continuously all day, to tick, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. So that's what I would say for your online experience. Like, you know, get in discussions, get in thoughtful discussions. Don't just be slinging these memes and little sayings out all the time. Because we see a billion of those a day. Now that's just, like I say, one little aspect. And share what you know. You know, I may never be able, I have to refer people, but I think to a certain extent that's a good strategy. I refer people a lot. I get questions and I'm like, well, I'm not real sure about this, because especially if it has to do with an illness or whatever. So I try to have good resources out there and people that I'm networking with that I can refer people to. But I don't try to take a bite off things that I'm not qualified to do, and I think that even especially applies to the newbies. It applies a little to me because I've told you before, I don't retain things, and I can't sit. Like, if I'm out without any notes away from my computer, it's very hard for me to really get deep and go into explanations. I understand them when I'm reading them. I know what makes sense and what doesn't. I'm just not good at you know, regurgitating it, putting that same stuff back out there verbally. I need notes all the time, but a lot of people don't even have the knowledge yet, and they're trying to tell people. I see stuff all the time. I'm like, you've been doing this how long? Because you've seen other things about them or things they've posted, and some of the advice they're giving is like, you're not qualified to do that. You shouldn't be doing that, and it's kind of ridiculous that you are. You know, you've got to go through steps. You're at the level that you're at. So refer people to appropriate resources, and don't try to be a know-it-all, you know, too soon, because it takes us a while. There's a lot of stuff out there, and also we're getting bombarded every day by conflicting information. I mean, you know, I've told you, I'm not a scientific type guy. There'll be a subject out there, and there'll be a person that can argue it on this side. Now, most things I understand. Like I said, I can't explain them. I can't necessarily retain them and pull them right off the tip of my tongue, but most I understand. Some I don't. Some are very complicated scientific principles, and there'll be somebody that argues here, and they argue very eloquently, and they're very knowledgeable, and they use a lot of big words, and I can say, well, I can't argue with that person. I just don't have enough knowledge. But then a person can argue the opposite, and I can't argue with that person either. So you know, it's not always, sometimes you don't even have the capability yet to discern between that. But, you know, just lead by example. Lead by example. I'm getting more and more rambling on some of these videos, but it's just, I want to, and it's not in a mean way. I network with people online a lot of times that I know I can't say anything to because it would be taken the wrong way, even though my intentions are not bad. It's almost like I just want to send a personal message and say, listen, you need to back off a little bit, because you're actually probably antagonizing the people in your real life, and you're very ineffective online because you're just, you know, you're beating people over the head with this message. And it depends. There's some people that are very self-righteous out there. I've said this stuff before, and I got negative comments. Probably not on my video, but on social media. Well, it has to be said. Well, listen, if you're not changing anybody's mind, if you're not convincing anybody, well, then it didn't need to be said, because then you're just saying it just to satisfy yourself, to satisfy your ego, to show that I know this, I have some knowledge you don't know, I'm superior, or whatever, because it's not affecting anybody, it's not affecting any change. There's strategies out there, there's ways to deal with people. Some of this could even get so far down into the site, like a lot of things, I did sales in the past, and sometimes when you get into the psychology of sales, you kind of get more into the, basically all sales is convincing someone of something. So don't get all caught up on sales like it has to be somebody's actually giving you money. It's, you know, what I'm talking about here is just convincing somebody of something. And the more loving you are, the more rational you are, the more reasonable you are, the better chance you have of getting people to listen to you. So to conclude this off, I would just say, you know, be a happy person when you're sharing. You know, be a smiling person. Don't be that. Be the kind of person. Here's the best way to finish it off. Be the kind of person that might affect you. If you were talking to yourself. Do you want to be yelled at? Do you want that high energy in your face all the time? Or would you rather somebody that approaches you and shares information with you in a loving and kind way? And in a humble way, not trying to lord their ego over you, because, you know, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, I'm a different being. I mean, I'm not affected by very many things. I can take humans or I cannot. I can take being approved of by people. I cannot. I don't care how long somebody's been in doing this or whatever. I just accept them a lot of times by their attitude and how they share what they're putting out there. Anyhow, enough for this first video of the week. Rambling more than usual today. Hope you guys are off to a wonderful start for the week, and I love each and every one of you. I need to tell you guys that more and more and more. I try to get it in there. I don't know, I don't have like a time frame. I like to at least say it, try to think, did I say it at least once this week? I probably should be saying it more, but yeah, I really do love you guys, and I really appreciate you following and tuning in here every day. Have a great week. Peace.